Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Super Perils of Baking. This is Barry Johnson and I'm joined by Lachlan
Hey, how's it going?
and Henry.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hey guys, and these guys were the two artists on the game that we released together back on June 22nd, 2024, if my notes are right. That seems
2022?
about right.
I think
Or did I say
24. Yeah, that was.
Yo,
I
it's
was
like
like, whoa.
Jesus.
Time flies
Time does really
in a
fly.
different kind of
Why
way.
did I take notes if I'm gonna write the wrong date? Okay.
No, well, I think
Yeah.
you got
I
the.
don't know why I even let that I finished that without even realizing. That's the funnier part. I'm like
Yeah,
Ron Burgundy or whatever.
yeah. I'm
But yeah,
Ron
we're here
Burgundy.
to play an old. What's that?
I'm Ron
He's Ron
Burgundy.
Burgundy.
Yeah. Question mark?
Yeah,
Who put a question mark in there? Anyway, yeah. So,
anyway, we're here to do a let's play, and it's been a while since the game came out, and I thought it'd be fun to have a look back at the game. And yeah, you want to take over the hosting duties for me, and I'll be playing today if you don't mind, Lachlan.
yeah, no worries at all. So I think part of this spawned from Barry setting up the public Discord, which I think you can, pretty much anyone can access now. Is that right?
Yeah, the weird thing about that is that it seems like the invites expire after a
Oh,
week or something, right?
might be
So I
time to
might
send
have
another one
to
out in this to go
put
with
out
this
a
video.
tweet, or I could,
Yeah.
yeah, I could put it in the description here or something like that. Put it on the website.
But yeah, so there's a channel for all of the Lily Mo games there, and I thought I'd throw up some old concepts and artwork that was made in the development of Super Perils, and then we got to reminiscing, and we thought it'd be a good idea to get the gang back together and have a let's play.
Yeah, and I should give credit to Josh for giving me a bit of a push. He was saying to me that we should continue to like talk about and try to make content for and get attention for our old games more rather than just focus on the newest release that we've put out. So yeah, I thought that would be a good idea. It would be fun to revisit some of our stuff and talk about it again with people and yeah, get it out there.
Yeah, it'd be great. What level are we picking? What's our first showcase?
Uh, let's start back here somewhere. Somewhere around the middle of the game sounds like a good spot to start. And then I think we have a question later about the final 10 levels, and we can
Mhm.
sort of talk about what happened there and that approach when we play some of those too.
Yes, because we did get a couple of questions from Discord. Nothing from X/Twitter in time, but that's all good. You can post when we do these videos. I think we'll post prompts in the Discord, probably more. So please jump on there and throw us any of your questions so we can cover them here. But for the first one, I think this is a bit of a Henry question. This one actually did come from Josh as well, who was the artist on Tribreaker. He asks, I felt like some of the backgrounds gave a Dr. Seussy feel, particularly the way some of the trees swooped, duped, and overooped. Any relevance to that, or is it just me? And I have a feeling that's more of a Henry question because Henry did all the backgrounds in the game. So,
Indeed.
yes.
We're in the wrong level for this question.
That's true. I
Um,
should have waited for the forest. Eh? Oh,
oh,
we
well,
don't have. Okay, well, we may as
Barry's
well.
on the
Yeah,
case.
we should have a look at that. Oh,
Well, as a preface while Barry finds it, yes, there is intentional Dr. Seuss inspiration just going off of our original. We wanted like lightheartedness.
mm-hmm.
And when I was making assets so big for the background, that at some point, um, it really didn't become pixel art. So, in order for me to like make it
Really good.
seem pixel arty, I tried to find something really simple to
Mm-hmm.
do in our time frame. I remember for this specifically, I was running tight on time. So I was trying to find a middle ground for what we wanted. So yeah, I opted for the Dr. Seuss approach and just make it really big and windy and melty looking.
Mm.
Specifically to make it look kind of like all
Oh,
the cake that we have in other levels, like the icing on the like in the mines and stuff. So I was trying to keep thematically with that. So
Mm.
that's why at least the I guess the green is more like goopy.
I even thought with the
Mm.
bark
But,
design that it was like almost croissant-y to a degree as well. Like it had that pastry
mm,
vibe to it, which I guess it helps that the game
I
has
mean
such a
that's
strong
true.
theme. Yeah, like it's kind of it was kind of easy to jump in, I think, and go, oh well, what's a baked version of this thing? Ah, Barry losing hats left, right, and center.
Yeah, he's out of practice.
Yeah.
I am. I'm a bit rusty. I jumped in and played like I think 2 levels the other day,
Mm-hmm.
like a few days before this. But other than that, it's probably been a year since I played the game.
What's that thing? Because I think you did
Well,
these platforms as well, Henry. What is the stuff? Is that cream coming out? Like a...
in the bottom,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like
just
a peppermint, and then on the bottom is like I don't know if you have in Australia, but it's kind of like a oh shoot, what are they called? It's like a taffy type
Right.
thing. It's like I think Hershey's makes it. It's like a chocolate candy.
Ah,
Someone
okay.
help me out.
No,
Neither
I
of you
can't
live in
help you, dude.
America.
Sorry, you're on your own. Yeah, I don't think we've got that. So that was another funny thing
is it
too, was
Tootsie
just
Roll?
Tootsie
Oh
Rolls.
yeah, Tootsie Roll. Tootsie
Oh,
Roll.
okay. That was a funny thing too,
Okay,
where it
Barry coming
found...
in clutch.
Yeah, I found as well was like the cultural differences about what was like a common baked sweet here versus what was more common in the States and Canada as well. Like the funny little
Right.
idiosyncrasies. If we ever did a sequel, we'd have to do a meat pie. That's like a very Australian
I love
thing.
the Frenchman there with the hat.
Yeah, I think I had in one of the concepts for the croissant was like, is it too much like having a beret on this? But I think what was the go with this? I think the original Perils of Baking, the cinnamon swirl or whatever that
Yeah, it was.
a
Yeah,
mime, or I might be misremembering that. I have a feeling.
I don't think there was any like intention of a mime or
Oh,
something.
okay, maybe I just interpreted that.
Oh,
So,
oh, sorry. You're talking about your concept art.
um, no, oh no, I think I couldn't find the cinnamon. So I'd have to go into the old file again. But no, I think when I looked at it, maybe it was just what I interpreted when I saw what.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever. You're talking about like the OG Perils?
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
referring to. Was that
Hmm.
cinnamon swirl character? I could be a false memory. I'd have to go back to it. I've just like Mandela affected a
This
cinnamon
is like one of
mime
the
into
hardest
existence.
jumps.
Oh god. Yeah, I think I did. I think I had some words for you that can't be said on a PG broadcast when
I
I
think
was
I raised
playtesting
them a
some
few
of this.
pixels in a patch.
Oh yeah.
Just to
Um,
make it like 4
yeah.
pixels easier.
Yeah.
There was one thing I noticed the other day when I was playing it again. I was like, oh, I don't think we have a death animation for
We
the...
don't.
No, because you usually
No,
get...
he just like he jumps and like falls off screen.
Okay. I think there was one... Oh no, there was the one where you get squished by a platform. We didn't have like a proper you just disappeared. But it was such a rare occurrence that we just missed it, I guess. Because I think I was watching some of the old reviews and someone wasn't happy about getting squished by the platform when they were doing a crouch thing or something like that. But I digress.
But we can go into some of those levels. The fine because that's one of the final 10.
That
Which
was the
level
other
was
thing,
that?
though, I guess I wanted to say quickly as well, is that it was like Henry really came in clutch and saved the day on this project because I was working full time at the studio and doing this in the evenings, and just the amount of I have maybe not the fondest memory of this level.
Is Your PTSD kicked in.
Yeah, it just
Little bit.
turned into like the Lisa Ha meme with the you know. That's the
So this
specifically that
combines.
crouch was the thing that I think like
Oh, I messed that up.
that really messed with people. But and it was clear that I hadn't done that much work on backgrounds before, and I was not going to be not going to get it done in time, and Henry really came in and saved the day and helped it. I think you might have done some of these as well, like some of the other this looks like a Henry asset, the ovens for sure.
It is, but I'm not trying to take away from any of your work because I like all your work.
No,
You
it
did
was
most
just
of the characters.
yeah,
It's easier to just say you did the characters.
I think so. But
Just
yeah,
leave
you
me out
did
of it.
the brother, I'm pretty sure, and then
Oh, right.
Wayne, because the brother was a unlockable character and
Mhm.
was like the Luigi, I guess.
Oh,
Played.
jeez.
Oh, you just
I
fell
had
for
to
your
duck there.
own trap there.
Yeah, my own trap.
Yeah. So, I guess he did play because he had the double jump, right?
Yeah.
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 Did that that almost broke the game at one point, didn't it too, Barry? You had or did you leave it in where you could almost, if you timed it right, do the infinite
Oh, the flying thing? Is that what you're
yeah.
talking about? Or the wall one?
I think it was the flying thing where
Yeah.
he could like
So
spin.
I can explain that a
Yeah.
bit. Actually, let me exit this level because this level will prevent me from showing it properly. I'll need a more linear one. Let's see. What level is this? Oh wait, no, that's another. Because those have a forced movement to them.
The auto
Oh,
run.
I gotta change characters too.
Careful not to quit the stream. There we go.
Change character.
And yeah, Wayne did Sabrina as the last
Yeah.
unlockable. That I
So-
remember this pan.
So I introduced the option to where is it? Auto run, right? So before you had to hold this button that you use to throw your projectile in
Mhm.
order to run. But with the advent of this option, which I think was a good choice to let people have it just auto increase to max momentum if you want. That's how I play most of the time now.
Oh, I
Just
didn't
to like
even know that
save
was a
my
thing.
thumb.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So now that you could auto run, you could continue forward without losing momentum at full speed, while also tapping the button to shoot this, right? Because
Right. Yeah.
before, if you were running, each time you tapped it, you'd lose some momentum, and that resulted in a condition that I hadn't seen before that change, which allowed the player to get ahead of their projectile by being fast enough. So if you were auto running and you shot the projectile and you jumped right as you shot it, you'd bounce off the projectile in the air like instantly, and you could basically fly.
Yeah, because you could just
But
keep
yeah, I took it out.
spamming that and then like go like ad infinitum in yeah. You just
But
broke
there
it.
is that one.
For the
Yeah,
for
you'll
any
see
of the
just right,
any
though.
of the that would be cool to see some speedrunners
Speedruns?
work that out. Yeah. I don't know how much of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
go ahead.
No. I was just like, I don't know how you'd utilize it, but then again, I'm not a speedrunner, so yeah.
There's certainly some levels where like I use it just to mess around or like to skip something. Now that I know that you can do that. So this is. Oh wait, we're on normal mode. So I'll go to New Game Plus and do a bit of a. I think we can spoil this now. It's been long enough.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I think I might have already created a video spoiling this. I can't remember. But we can go to the very end of the game here on New Game Plus, and this is no longer a warp to New Game Plus. It's now a mysterious Easter egg, I guess you could say.
Oh yes, that's right.
And
Cheeky.
we have some teases for some games and stuff.
Ooh, I see one. I see a couple
Here's-
there that
here's-
look very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where shout out to Brian. I think PS5 Trophies. I think was the guy who figured this out.
Yeah.
on this wall that you could do it this way. I'm trying to remember what's the normal way you get up here. I can't even remember now.
Is there an invisible? Oh, is it the door thing there? That's just the bonus out. I think that
this
might
is just
exit
the
the
exit.
level. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like, how much can you hide something? Is what
I
this
think
is.
what it
Yeah.
was is that I expected people to do it like this. Is what it was. I knew they were gonna be able to do it, but I thought it would have to be like what did I like this? That's what it was.
yeah.
Which is much harder. Right? But yeah, he figured out the real quick way. If you just go right up against the wall, you can do it without the second jump. See, what I was doing over here, I actually have to like time a jump and a press. But here you can just do them at the same time, and it's way easier. So yeah, that's
Some
what he
expert
found.
strats. Oh, was that?
But yeah, this was
these are
supposed to
the-
be
yeah.
super hard to find, and I didn't think anyone would even find it until I like mentioned that it was there and stuff. But Brian found it before the trophy was even live.
It's always the case. You always think it's like, there's no way. There's, of course, yeah. Oh, and the trailer music.
Yeah, how did I do this again? Yeah.
It's weird that some of these have come to fruition now. At least Hyproxia 1.
Oh yeah, Hyproxia. I didn't.
think every time.
Hyproxia 2 hadn't come out yet, had it?
Yeah,
it had
Oh,
just
it
come
hadn't.
out, yeah.
Yeah. Tribreaker hadn't though. So was it Super Perils
Yeah,
and
but-
Tribreaker? That's the. Oh wow.
Yep.
That's
This
yeah.
came out, and then there was a remake or an update / remake of Hyproxia 1 in between
That's
this and Tribreaker. Yeah.
So it was a bit of a gap.
Jeez, I'm off.
Compared to the cadence, I guess, of a normal Lilimo release at that point.
Lily Mo, my girl.
There she is. Well done.
R.I.P.
Oh, poor little thing. Oh,
What do we got now? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that this was even in this. They switch characters now. That's so funny that I've like forgotten all this stuff.
that's yeah. It's amazing how much you get. Oh, I forgot it that she had the. She was totally broken. But I guess by that point, it's like that's for the fun of it, eh?
I find the evil brother the more broken character
You
for
reckon?
like for straight gameplay. Yeah, she's really good, but her moveset's different, and it's like harder to get used to. I guess I don't know. Maybe if someone really played with her a lot, they'd disagree with me. But I feel like the second brother's the best character to play with.
Hey, I'm partial
Oh,
to
you
the
can
first
multi-dash. That's what it is.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
there is
no.
a Sabrina platformer to be done if we have an out of ship stuff in Hyproxia 4 or whatever we're gonna do. it'll be like the driver to Hyproxia games. While we're at it, we got another couple of questions from, I believe it's Lee or V. Please correct us if that's not the case. But they're one of the members on the Discord, and they had a couple of really
Oh
good
wow,
questions.
I forgot about
Oh, whoa!
Yeah,
Holy
you entered
dooly.
the original Perils TV.
this. Yeah, what an Easter egg! I forgot I went that far with it.
That's amazing. You should go back and go through. The scale would be. Oh, is it only in? It'd only be in that room, right? That it's like that was actually yeah. Because we were going to do that initially. Sorry, we'll get to this question in a tick. But we were just going to do a straight reskin, almost like the Halo anniversary sort of thing, initially. When we first decided we were going to work on the project, isn't that right, Barry?
Sorry, what was that?
That we
We're gonna
initially
do a
it was just going to
reskin
be like the same sort of scale and pixel size, but with
Yeah.
revised sprites. But
Yeah.
as we got
So
into
that
it,
I can
yeah.
probably tie that into the some of the questions that
Mhm.
were asked about. Kind of like
Well, yeah,
both those questions.
the first question, yeah, definitely was what made you guys decide not to redo the sound, given how big of a facelift everything else was getting. So that was, almost directly related to that question. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
So to answer that, well, and this. Did you already say the second one? Because I know what it is. I can't. Did you already say that on
I haven't
the?
said it yet. No.
Okay. So go ahead and read that, and I'll just answer both of them
Sure.
in
Okay.
one.
So the other question, Leo V or Leo V. Sorry, I've no. You'll have to correct this, but the other question was, why are all of the new levels clustered at the end rather than spread out or used as bonus world levels? They were significantly better than the rest of the game, but you only get to experience them right at the end. So I guess this ties in. You were saying you've got an answer for both. Oh, this is very Mega Man.
Yeah. They both come down to how this project came about. We've talked a little bit about this I think on the sacred symbols, or we talked about it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But the approach for this project was that it was just going to be a free PS5 version of the existing game, like in a patch for the other versions. But what happened was basically the art ended up being a lot better than I expected, and it just made sense to turn it into a whole new project partway through, because like the character aspect, or not aspect ratio, the character pixel size, I guess you'd say,
Mm-hmm.
changed, and we changed the jump heights and stuff like that, and the size of walls and objects, and we were redesigning all the levels to work like that as in this remaster. So how it started was we were going through and creating all these remastered levels, basically like slightly different, and we threw a bunch of new bonuses and tasks and challenges and stuff to find in all the levels, but they started off as remakes of the first game because that's what the project was going to be. But yeah, as we were doing it, we realized it was a bigger project than that. We were spending more time and money on it than made sense for it to just be a like free update or a patch or something. And yeah, so it kind of changed halfway through between being a new game or just an update or a remake. And it's kind of a bit of all of those things in a way. So we had the 40 levels done, and we wanted to do some new stuff too, so it made sense to put them in order, like after the old content you got these new levels. And I do think that's maybe something somewhat of a regret, just from
Mm.
like looking back at the project, that maybe if we knew what the project would turn out to be at the time when we started working on it, we probably would have just made a wholly new game right from the start. And that would have changed a number of decisions we made along the way. As for the sound, yeah, it definitely there's some music that's like similar, and some reused sounds and stuff, but it is a whole new soundtrack. I think when we discussed that with Colin, like on that same sacred symbols, I probably should have like corrected him about that, because I think he said that in that show, and we ended up talking about, like, it was more important to discuss like the quality of the music and what people thought of it than it was for me to be like, oh, actually
Mm.
it is different music or whatever. But yeah, I did redo all the songs and put some new stuff in there, but I definitely do agree with the sentiment that um the music doesn't keep up with the new art. Like the new art is way better than it used to be, but the new music is kind of similar to stuff I'd done in the past. And it would have been cool to have someone like Laser Josh working with us to do a soundtrack for it, but it is what it is. And yeah, so
Yeah, I think that
can't can't change that now.
what you were saying
And also
too.
just
Yeah.
budget wise, we used the
Mm.
full budget that we had available to us, so we honestly couldn't have afforded to do that. Like when we got Super Perils out, we needed to get a game out at that time. We didn't have the
Mm.
luxury of looking to spend more money in
Yeah.
other places. So yeah.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. I don't know. Yeah, like, sorry for that as well. I realize it was one of those things that was probably my ambition that got in the, like, and it was the first game I ever worked on too. So for me, it was like, oh yeah, we'll just do this. And then it was like, oh, that takes so much longer than
Well,
what. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I gotta take responsibility. I mean, because it's me who's leading the projects and making the final choices, and also like I think it was naive of me to think we could just do an art upgrade and like fully redo all the art in a patch for like a lower budget. Like that, it didn't really make sense as a concept going into it. So
Mm.
we learned that together throughout the project, and I think we did a pretty good job coming up with what we have here. So we found this in the end. Maybe it wasn't a perfect journey or things we'd do different, but I'm happy with what we created. So
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really proud of it, and I guess that was the thing, that it was like nice to work on with such a small team too. Like I had been working in these bigger productions for a while, and it was just like just a kind of breath of fresh air. As much as it was a lot more work, obviously, it was nice to just have that. I don't know how you felt about that, Henry, too. Like with your, because I think you'd had some studio experience before this, hadn't you?
Yes, and some. I will say this was the first project I was on that was a very positive experience from beginning to end.
That's good.
So
I'm glad that that was the case, but
and
yeah, bad that that was the
yes,
first. Yeah, good experience, I guess.
and and I guess the main thing was that coming on, there was a finite amount of task I needed to do. That was
Mm.
like the list was already figured out. Like it wasn't growing or shrinking. I mean, maybe shrinking, but for the most part, staying the same at least. Whereas before, there's always the chance of like, well, you do one thing and then you realize, oh, I actually need to do three more things for this to be considered complete. So things would balloon in the past.
Mm.
But the parts of all these sprites, especially, were
finally,
figured out.
Jesus,
I was feeling it for you.
sorry,
Sorry, you're just really struggling there.
I was going nuts there. I did
Sorry.
not know
Yeah,
I
I
could get
just.
that.
Sorry, I was losing
I didn't
Henry,
mean to
but
cut
that
you
was
off there. I
that.
was
Yeah,
really
no,
focused.
yeah. Um, sorry, you were saying with the sprites here, Henry, with the.
Oh, I was saying all the aspects were figured out as far as like the different components of animations and how long more or less the animations need to be,
Mm.
like frames exactly. So the planning part was mostly taken care of already, and that's I feel like that's at least a third of the time.
Mm.
And this is the first like fully like pixel art game I had worked on. So that in itself was fun. Seeing working, we were working fast enough where I could see updates like of complete ideas pretty quickly, and that was very new for me. So I fell in love with that aspect for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Oh. Um,
brutal.
but yeah, no, I think that was the thing that I really appreciated as well, working with you, Henry, is that it was like, I've done this, I've started on this, this is the idea, and I just sort of gave it to you, and you were like, yeah, sorted, I can run with it. Like, it was nice to have that luxury, I guess, to have you be able to just run away and like conceptually it wasn't. I think that's the other thing too with like as a concept, like it's such a rich idea. It just lends itself to whimsical, fun add-ons. Like it was very much like felt like we had to cut more ideas than what we added in the end, really, because we were just short on time and resources. Um, but
And if anything,
yeah.
that was maybe the one regret I had about this project was uh, is that the because it can go in any direction. My mind always sort of wandered to like I don't know a 5-year-old girl's birthday party where she
Mm.
wants loud pink and all these colors that don't go together. And I think because of that, the art direction is well, it tries to mimic that, but at the same time is very chaotic in terms of like even this screen we got some pink and yellow. Yeah, overworld we got the pink and the vibrant green and all that,
I
which by itself works. I think it's just if I could go back in time, I would try to make it a little more cohesive somehow.
Yeah, but mind you, I was
I don't
giving
know
you
what you
some.
think about that.
No, I thought it. No, I don't know. It worked for me. Because I think a lot of it too was, because I just gave you those references of, I think it was
Just killed myself.
Walt Perigoy,
Oh yeah,
the guy that
yeah,
was like the Disney and like Warner Brothers background artist and color
yeah.
supervisor, who did a lot of like the Bugs Bunny and I think he did Sleeping Beauty as well. So he was like one of those OG uh like Western animation background artists. So that's what I
Right.
was trying out, or that was the inspiration with a lot of this stuff, and I felt like he nailed it with that whimsical, big, sort of like larger than life, literally, as you can see in the background here, um,
Right. The
vibe.
lava cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the
This
marshmallow
is
guy. That was such a brutal. That was like, for me, that was like the handyman, like the Bioshock Infinite character of this game, with like the tragic story of this like perpetually burning marshmallow. Like it was my
so this is the
sweet
kind of
He was
the
my
kind of
funnest animation too.
yeah.
this is the kind of
The
stuff that I spent like hours just messing around with, like testing. Like, see, this guy, he walks to edges and turns around, right? But if you hit him like right here, he'll fall in. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, and like collisions and I don't know.
I
I
have to
always just
say,
like
Barry,
love bashing those guys around.
there was something about that too with like people. I think people almost never see it, but like if the snail shell explodes and stuff like that,
Right.
I
Yeah. Then we made that into a trophy, I think, right?
I
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, I found there was so much like, whoa, it's cheeky invisible platform. There was so much. I don't know. It's just a really fun project. Like everything lent. It just felt like it was fun incarnate. That was the whole vibe from the get go.
I had a lot of fun doing these silly little interactions, like just like
Mm.
having this thing bounce on the pancakes.
But that's what I thought. It was like it felt like for one to sound like a corporate wanker or whatever, but like very toyetic. It had that vibe where like what you were saying, Henry, where it was like for a little girl's birthday party or something like that. It just felt like everything lent itself to being silly and
Ooh, I knew
whimsical
word
and
what.
fun. And that it was just, I think, I wouldn't say it made itself for sure. Like it was a lot of late nights, but it was an easy thing to grab onto conceptually.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always like, well, we could go, here are 5
Oh,
quick
jeez.
ideas that all make sense. Which one should we do?
Yeah, if anything,
Basically for everything.
it was like more difficult to try and stay on target, I guess, with because of how much
This is a delight being tricked by my own like traps and stuff, you know, like having
playing it almost like
forgotten them all.
as a new player. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's fun because like when you play it like 100 times, you just play it the exact same way every time. You
Yeah,
know
the
exactly what
optimized
to do
path.
and where to go.
I do really miss this. Just watching it
Oh, he
back.
killed himself.
That's the other thing too. You'd have little interactions like that. It felt like sometimes it would do it, sometimes it wouldn't. So it almost had that. There's that thing too where people were like, "Looks the baker looks like this guy. Looks like this other guy." I was like, "It's just Barry to be like that." I know we spoke about that in the other thing, but it was like
I wish I still had hair like that.
No, you're the jealous. We should have given the evil brother a bald spot then. Maybe it was like you're playing with
Yeah.
your
Or a downloadable skin where he's losing his hair a bit.
maybe in the
Get
sequel.
aged Barry.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Not so Super Perils of Baking. Like, yeah. That's just, I don't know. I think you could tell I was definitely up late with some of these characters, like, because you look at Perils of Baking and go, oh yeah, okay, that's like, donut or whatever, and then playing this version and it's like two weird baby donuts that like I can join that. Like,
Where'd those come from?
I think I was just very. I think because we started this in. When did we start? It was like mid 2021.
Oh, 2024 by my notes.
Oh well.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, we
Don't you
traveled
remember?
back in time. Yeah, well, last year. What happened last year? Yeah, so it was like I think we were in a lockdown or something. So it was one of those. It was a weird period. So I was probably getting a bit loopy, stuck at home.
Yeah, we were definitely in lockdown.
Yeah.
It was, I think, for me, I think it was towards the end of 2020 when I
And you were still in the
started.
States, weren't you? When you worked on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in Texas,
Oh.
and
Oh,
we
did you have
were,
the big freeze? Were you there?
yes,
Yeah. Oh, God. Far out.
yeah. But I remember distinctly coming in at that point because, well, a different project had scaled up, basically, and I was at a point where y'all needed help, and the other project wasn't sure what I guess was needed yet. So I'll be vague just in case.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that happened, and then I came in basically right at that point, as it seemed like y'all needed, or I guess Lachlan, you specifically needed another hand.
Yeah, that
If I
sounds right
remember.
to me. Yeah, I think it was maybe when it was like, I don't know, maybe February or March of 2022. When did this release? It was, oh no, it would have been earlier than that. Maybe
2024. We already
was,
covered.
yeah.
June 2024.
So June
Oh,
22, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant to have
Yeah.
written down.
So, I guess it would have
I
been
wonder
around then.
how I wrote
Maybe around
2024. I think
March.
my brain still thinks it's like 2024. I'm still like used to writing that 3 months into 2025.
It's got a
That's
nicer
probably
ring
what
to it
happened
there.
there.
Yeah, 2025 isn't. It doesn't.
2024.
Yeah. 5 doesn't roll
That's
off
when
the
stuff
tongue as
happens.
easy. But yeah, no, it was yeah, we needed what was I guess the other question to that too then, Barry, was like, what made you cuz what made you want to come back to this? Or what, apart from the facelift?
Well, yeah, it was like we were talking about doing like PS5 versions of our games and stuff like that, and bringing our old games onto new platforms. And the original Perils was only on, let me think, it was on, well, it's still only on PS4, PS Vita, and
Switch, yeah.
which East Asia Soft did that port at the time. And yeah, we were talking about bringing our own, like, self-publishing and bringing our old games on new platforms and updating them and that kind of stuff. So, and you had sent me
Oh, that's right.
a piece of art that was like basically an earlier version of what this character is. I can't remember the situation, or if I asked for that or you were just like, hey, look at this, or something like that.
I think what had happened was
You
I was
remember?
like mucking around because I'd done the cover for Twin Breaker.
Windbreaker.
Yeah, and I was on a project at work or something like that, and I don't think I was in love with what I was doing at the time. And I started.
Jeez.
So, a familiar story.
Yeah.
for all of us.
I think so. I think it's just, look, it's no knock on studio things. I think it's just you do get a little bit pigeonholed, I think, and so it can be a bit hard to get out and try new things.
I'm gonna die in a second here.
I reckon you've got it. I'll try and talk over it so it doesn't happen. Damn that Eclair. Sergeant Eclair. I can't remember what I call it, but I had just started mucking around with I guess I bought a sprite. I can't remember, but I'd been watching some videos on how to do pixel art and was kind of, because I didn't grow up with it as much. I was like, PS1 was my first console, so I had this sort of newfound, after playing Lily Mo games and some other, like going back and playing the Mega Man collection and stuff like that, I was like, I actually really like this as a medium. Like, how would you do it in this day and age? And lo and behold, there's a lot of YouTubers that sort of cover that. And so I did a slightly updated version of, nice work, Barry, of the original Perils of Baking Baker, which was closer to the cover art for the Switch version, I think, which I'll have to find and post in the Discord.
I don't remember how I do this. There we go.
Ooh, cheeky.
That secret behind there, yeah. I was like, how the hell do I get back there? I know where it is, but oh yeah, now I gotta finish the level still.
The doorman is quite a mysterious character too. There was a whole I think it was maybe again the late nights and stuff, but I feel like he earned a sort of mythos as we were going through it, and he had strong like Resident Evil 4 merchant vibes for me. It was the character.
Yeah.
I what are you buying? Like that.
Excuse me.
But this ephemeral weird character, which I think that's the fun thing about this sort of world, is you don't really have to explain this weirdo.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Having
And
flashbacks.
that blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to talk about making this art?
This was the biggest animation I had done up until this point. When I guess at the end, isn't it the end? Oh, when you beat the game and this screen kind of turns into your percentage and all that. So that was daunting. But yeah, I did my best to reference William Dafoe specifically, and I took inspiration from his wrinkles and the gap in his teeth, and sort of grafted it on, because he seemed like the type of character the doorman would be. He could be good, he could be crazy. You don't quite know. He's certainly seen a lot.
I think, this sort of non-corporeal entity is the doorman. Definitely, like, took on its own. It became a kind of like meme behind the scenes for us. Ooh. Oh, I do remember this. I remember being like, yeah.
I was gonna say, this is New Game Plus, which I just remembered was probably contributing to me playing like trash. But yeah, this won't be the ending that Henry's talking about. This will be the Easter egg for Hybroxia if I beat this ending, because this is New Game Plus.
It's gonna be weird having the evil
now,
brother
there's a
fight
shortcut
himself
here as well.
Yeah.
if you can just run across, you can get across basically the whole level like that with this brother. Or not the whole level, but, you know, a big chunk of it.
This ending's more symbolic. He's overcoming his evil side.
Yes, it's more
fighting with himself.
Yeah, the incorporating his shadow, I guess, is the Jungian evil ending. Oh, I forgot about the jar, dude.
I think we actually changed the ending text just so it like didn't like. I'm not saying it makes sense now, but like you don't. I think it changed from like, instead of calling the bad guy brother, you say something else. When I think beat it as the brother.
I think there's two separate story endings. I think there might even be art for that, the alternate ending too.
Well, there's the normal ending and the secret ending, but I'm just saying with the exchange between the two brothers after the fight. That text itself,
just the text box.
I was like, yeah. I was like, he's calling himself his brother. Like, we gotta change this to like something else. I think maybe even it's just like the word brother is gone or something like that. Like these as well. These little intro texts.
Oh.
Like brother might have been in that line.
It is much more like it feels like the kind of thing you would have in in Alan Wake or something now, like a weird, surreal Lynchian ending. But
I'm probably going to get smoked by this, by the way, because it's pretty hard on New Game Plus, and I've not played this in a long time. This specific fight, anyway.
yeah, he stays invincible for a while. I think that was the... Oh, does he throw the pan? Or was that you? Oh, it's just bouncing off. Oh,
Yeah.
rude.
Pan versus Pan. That's a trophy. Hit his pan with your pan.
Oh,
Is the secret brother. And you
that
can
was
destroy
fun
those
too,
little
actually.
flames on the ground to make
Mm.
it easier for yourself here.
That was
Oh, I'm
fun.
done.
Doing... Oh, shit. Doing the trophy art emblems, actually.
I feel like that was your entire last month of work.
Yeah, I mean...
It felt
was a lot.
like.
Yeah, it felt... Look, things don't happen overnight, literally. I guess this... Oh... Oh, was there two... There's two... How many phases are there? There's...
There's a bit. You gotta hit him. I can't even remember how many times.
I think it's
A
all
bunch
blue and
more,
then
so.
all red. Oh, that's right. Because
Oh yeah, there's his health bar. I didn't even see that down there. Yeah. He's got a shield first, and then you get his health.
the basting bar.
I have a feeling I'm gonna lose this fight. I'm not doing well.
Nah, you're doing all right.
As soon as I lose this power up, I'm done. Like if he takes that from me.
You'll be right.
And when I used to play this all the time, I used to be able to do it with 1 HP from the start. But I know I'm not on my game right now. So
well, we've lost the shield, so that's a good look.
Yeah, but he gets crazier.
That's right.
Yeah,
But then
this is the part where I always goofed it.
You get the other guys though. Oh, did the bomb affect him? The muffin bomb?
Not the boss. It kills other enemies though.
Oh, Dark Souls eat your heart out. Did you get any feedback about this? Like about it being super difficult? Or
That it's too hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the recurring thing with all of the Lilimo games, I think, is the people, except Broxia, I guess, because you are able to sort of upgrade your way out of trouble.
Yeah, people say that that game's too easy.
You can't win, I think.
I can beat it, too easy. I can't beat it, it's too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll get feedback that. Oh shit, I'm done
You're
now.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You got no defense.
Oh right, because you can't throw the pan. Nah, you got it. Oh,
See, look how high he's jumping now. I'm not even gonna
go under him.
That can be easier and harder depending on what's going on. Oh, right when he went invincible.
Sorry, everyone. I'm just enraptured with. Oh, I forgot about the double jump on the scroll. Yeah, because of the.
Oh my god. Oh, he's invincible. Shit, I gotta get him quick.
Oh, nice. Oh.
One more.
One more.
I wonder if you're probably too far off. You're not going to get through enough enemies to get the upgrade, I'm guessing.
No, it takes. Oh shit! It takes longer in New Game Plus too. It takes longer. It takes like 100 instead of 50 or something. Oh, he's gonna get me shit. I almost walked into that jump.
Oh, I forgot that he speeds up. Yeah, there we go.
1 HP left. Oh, he does say brother. Shit.
Oops.
Brother, I'm sorry.
That's the what do you call it? The Hulk Hogan brother, I'd say.
Or he's just saying it like out loud, you know?
Yeah.
Saying it to the world.
Yeah, he's saying it to his little brother, our protagonist.
Yeah, do you want to talk about this like art style?
Oh, yeah, I was on something. I don't know what the hell was happening here. Again, I guess I hadn't had an opportunity to do much story stuff for work for a while, so it all just spilled out into this. But it was fun looking at like taking the prompts from Colin's words as well, like the prose having this storybook quality, so it sort of lent itself to this mythic. I don't know. It's very silly.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite of Colin's work in terms of the writing. I really love the little poems and the storybook style intro and ending and all that.
We were talking at one point, weren't we, about actually having it like made properly, like releasing an actual physical thing of
cool.
it.
Yeah.
It's all there. I think I'd have to redo it because all the pixel art or all the work is done as like pixel art, so I'd have to redo it as like, you know, a higher res thing. But it was a lot of fun.
And there we go.
Here we go.
Henry's.
I forgot it's the doorman and not Colin.
Yeah, we changed that. Oh, I forgot this is playable. Forgot about the playable ending here, the credits.
Yeah, originally that was a Twin Breaker, like double crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doll that he held there.
Was Colin as the
It was kind of creepy though.
Yeah, it was a little the plush. Yeah. I think it was the right choice in the end. Yeah, so Wayne did Sabrina's.
The Sabrina art, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like credits and stuff? I always find it like you guys were talking about this earlier. It's easier to say this guy did all the character art, even though obviously Henry did some as well. Like, what do you think about that in terms of like titles and credits? Like, you don't want to have like a paragraph write up of the various things you did in the end, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't personally.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
But
It's like it's all getting contributed to the same.
We don't want to have like a Hideo Kojima intro sequence.
No, we're not going to do.
He also answered the
We're not
phone
going to
for
put
a while.
ourselves in it and stuff. But
this guy watched Barry's dog for the weekend when he was.
No, I think.
Yeah, and here's a little shout out to my sister's dog, Clover, who passed during the making of this game. It was sort of like a sister to Lily, and if you haven't heard already, we also already lost Lily. We also lost Lily last year, so
we don't get long enough with
two sisters together in the clouds.
Yeah, and they're remembered forever in these. I think that's one of the nicest things about Lily Mo too. Just as a you know, as a studio, that it is sort of like built on this love of family pets as well.
Yeah,
but
my feelings, like my relationship with her gets to like live on through the work, I guess.
That's and the logo and everything. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a great way. Like, it's almost like I know people get tattoos. Like, I know Mel got a tattoo of our cat as well. It's like, I don't know, they are family members. So, and you just don't get long enough with them either. If it doesn't feel, it just flies by.
Yeah.
But I think this is a fitting commemoration to all our pets. Like, I don't know. I think it captures the whimsy of being a kid and having that. Yeah, there's an almost carefree quality to it. It's like a little escape from all of that sadness. But I mean, how can you feel sad looking at an eclair shooting chocolate out of its head?
Yeah, and that's basically what this whole studio is about for me in a way. You know, it's like games was always like that amazing, wonderful, comforting thing that I had as a child that was consuming my life really. And yeah, it's like an honor to be able to put something out there myself all these years later, and it's like selfish thing too, because it's like brings me back to some of my memories and stuff, you know. Like, this is very much a Super Mario World inspired
100%.
game, and that's a game that was my first game, and I got so many memories tied up with, and so many things about that. Like, I was talking about the different interactions when I'm throwing the spoon and it's bouncing off the pancakes, and just swatting the fire guys. Like, that's the kind of stuff I would do in Mario World all the time, just like messing around, seeing what happens with different interactions, and all these things. Like watching those guys bang around against the wall on the way down. I just
think-
love stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's some. Oh, see, that's the other thing too. It's almost
Yes.
so rare to
Those
see
animations.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. I think all of us, to some degree, were able to tap into that with this. That's what it.
Here's a fun one.
Oh yeah, this is super secret.
You can force the interaction with the jar and just like really cramp them up until they like break. Totally unnecessary, but we had to do
this
it,
is
right?
the thing. I think these are the things people remember most from those games and experiences. Is like I think they remember them when they don't work, or like there's a bad memory associated where it's like, oh well, nothing happens with that, so you sort of move on. But there's almost that, like, I had it with the Humongous Entertainment games way back when, which is a deep pull, but like with like Putt Putt and stuff like that, and Freddy Fish and all those. I think they were really great at like having things happen on screen when you clicked around the environment, like so that you did have this. It did feel like a playroom of sorts. I think rewarding a player for interacting with something, or acknowledging that people will muck around with that stuff, is the way to go, for sure. As an interactive medium, I mean, it's the only real way you can communicate with a player, is like having some sort of call and response with that.
That's a little twitch of mine, by the way. If you notice, I'm always like ducking. Been doing that since I was a kid in games. You just randomly duck when you're standing there and you're waiting for something.
It's your anxious, like, it's the tick.
Like a fidget.
Yeah, because you're like, come on, I want to get going.
Oh!
I think, why did we do the Texan one? What was the difference with the Texan?
I don't
croissant?
remember. This one follows you. The other one just like
Oh,
swoops
that's
at
right.
you, but
You
I
said
don't remember
you said there was
the-
like an aggressive like follower thing, so I was like, yeah, why not? We'll do like a Yosemite croissant. I think that was the idea behind it, and then it was like, well, we had the beret on the other one, so I was like, well, we need a different hat for it, and that's where the cowboy hat came
Of course,
from.
we need a different hat for this croissant.
Yeah.
It's just logical.
Yeah, I think you're getting into my like 3 a.m. brain now. Like, it was okay.
No,
well,
I'm totally on the same page.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole point of the game. These silly little things like that.
Like these guys as well, the monstrosities that you were just jumping on before. That was just like botched cookie dough, wasn't it? I think that was the idea. It was like this sentient cookie dough that didn't get through. I think the hot rod cupcake's my favorite enemy though, or was my favorite to design and animate. Just the cherry bomb as well. I don't know. I think that was in the original Perils, I believe. So that was an easy one to just go, oh, I want to keep that. But there was some
Speaking
weird
of
ones.
doggos
Mm,
in the background there.
that was another little. Was that
Yep.
you put that in deliberately, Henry? Right? That was
Yeah, that's a lily.
Yeah.
It's based off a lily.
Was that a crepe? That's in the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easter had a meaning as well. I don't remember.
I think it was because it was an
Easter
Easter
egg.
egg. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, we're very cool over here at Lily Mo. We've got funny ideas. I loved it. The bonus rooms fucking legit were some of the most fun as well. What was there was the one where you got to aim like you had the green. I remember doing something like a green tracking thing because you could aim the shots.
Yep.
What was that? That was, I can't remember how that one worked. Whether it was like you had
there's
to
a
hit
few
the
throwing
specific-
ones.
Yeah. Oh, the cakediles.
And then there's the one where it's like pachinko. That was based off of Henry's suggestion for the bonus game style.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Where you hit the
I'm
guy
thinking
and then
that
he
was
falls.
a lot of fun. No, the cookie. Yeah, you hit the cookie dude and he like falls down.
Yeah, you hit the flying cookie, I think, and then he falls. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. You like break his wings and he falls.
Cookie Icarus.
All right. Do we want to do any closing thoughts, or is there anything you guys want to show off that I should check out before we end the?
Oh, we didn't do
Let's
any
play?
of the what do you call it? The minecart levels, did we?
Oh, the minecart. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
that was
let's go
my
to this one then.
first. I did that probably the longest way around from what I remember. I think I did like I made the minecart in Blender, like in 3D, and then exported like still frames and then drew over them in A-Sprite. I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think all
I
of this would have been
similarly
solved,
did
yeah.
use 3D.
Was that for the?
I used 3D for there's like in the electronic backgrounds,
Oh yeah.
the like
Oh,
lab,
okay.
the floor with all the wires. I just thought, I want this, and I'm not drawing all this from memory. I want to make sure I get it right the first time, so I modeled a bunch of wires in Maya, and then I deformed them and made them look kind of how I wanted to, and then I rendered them out as pixels.
Yeah, I
did a
did this.
custom
Yeah, where
render
you
path.
can reduce the. Oh, that was a quick one. You reduce the dimensions,
The
whatever.
color
yeah,
amount?
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
just so it automatically dither.
honestly, the only reason I
Stuff
did
like
it
that.
was because I can't. Like, I don't know if you had this with A-Sprite as well. Sorry, we're going on this now, Barry. But like, you can't rotate a canvas in A-Sprite. It's just like a fixed, because it is just like pixel, like true sort of pixel art, like 1-to-1. I found that really annoying because on all the animation software I use, I would constantly rotate the canvas so I could get easier, like I could pull lines easier, and that I found when I was doing the minecart was so annoying trying to do it in A-Sprite by hand initially, that I was like, I need to find a better way. If I had my time again now and I knew about Krita, I think I would just do it all on that. But because you can rotate canvas in Krita a little easier, or Photoshop even too, any of those. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like I just use Photoshop if I couldn't use a sprite for something. But I was also doing a lot of bigger sprites for this game, so it made a little more sense for Photoshop and over a sprite sometimes.
yeah.
But in my opinion, a sprite, if you can manage to do it from the beginning, it looks better overall.
Yeah, and the export settings are much better. You cheeky bugger.
So if you swat a cherry bomb, it'll reset the wick, so it won't blow up until you like let it sit for like a second and a half or whatever it is. So
I
you can
didn't
keep
know that.
swatting it around and then let it blow up on someone.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I think I just like let it go, and would like run away.
That was probably like the majority. Oh geez, that was probably the majority of my work was like setting up and thinking through like all these random interactions between attacks and enemies and stuff.
I think there's a lot.
What would be the most fun?
It's a shame it didn't do as well. Because I feel like there's a lot. We only really felt like we just got it started going right at the end. But I think that's probably the case of any game. Like you only really sort of like hit your stride right towards the end.
Yeah, that gets back to what Lee or V was saying about it being backloaded with the most fun levels. I do think that probably hurt it in a way. But yeah, we got to live with what it is, and yeah, I certainly had a lot of fun doing those back 10 levels, and I feel like I was getting really efficient where I was like coming up with concepts and getting the rough level layouts done like one day per level. So
yeah, that was nuts.
that's one of those things where when I look back at it, I feel like we really could have like nailed the project doing like 40 levels like that with each with their own mechanic. And I didn't really talk about that too much while we were playing them, but yeah, each of those levels has their own unique hook or mechanic to them. So they each have something new going on. Oh my god.
Oh, I hate that
the
guy.
Momentum that carries.
I hate that guy so much.
Gumball.
The Gumballinator, as I think is what I was referring to, because it was just like this Arnie rip. Again, that was the one that I was like, yeah, I'm really not sure about that design. I have no idea where that one. Because you did have a gumball machine in the first game, but I was like, oh.
Yeah,
we
it's
could-
it's a random thing because like my dad had a gumball machine in his office when I was a kid, and it looked kind of like that, and it's just like I gotta have this damn gumball machine in the game somehow.
And then I ruined that memory by putting a faux Arnold Schwarzenegger ball dispenser in there. But yeah, no, I think it is one of those things though. I think you can take a lot from this, like learn from this one, and apply a lot to at least
for sure.
conceptually the. I think having a new, like playing with me. I mean, Astrobot's already proved it. I think we've spoken about it before, Barry. But how like having a fun mechanic and chucking it away, and just having a bunch of them in the game really keeps it fresh.
And we kind of built off that with Tribreaker.
Yeah, 100%. In particular with all the homages to some of those other classics. But yeah, I mean that pretty much covers everything that we'd need to cover, I think. Do you have any final thoughts, Henry? For you?
My final thoughts, I just keep looking at our tile sets, and you can really tell which ones I did at the end, at least from my perspective, because we had time.
I can't.
And
if anything, that's any consolation.
oh, okay. The basically all the technology parts, like the kitchen appliance tile set. I don't know what I was smoking, but I was on it.
Well, I thought that it all looked fantastic in the end. Honestly, I was like,
I mean, I'm proud of it. I just don't know how what was going on. Like to me, those are so much more complicated than anything else that I was doing anyway. But so yeah, I would just say I'm proud of that. I want to do more technology stuff, I guess.
It looked great. I would love to see you do more of that too. Maybe you will get the opportunity to do that in some other future projects. Dun dun dun.
Foreshadowing. Maybe.
Cool.
I'm just flipping through the recipe book here. Yeah.
Skipping past the one recipe in particular.
All Lachlan's work.
Oh,
right.
But we didn't see the puff. Right, I forgot about that guy. The pretzel.
Yeah, I took the shortcut on that water level, so you didn't see much of it. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this Let's Play of Super Perils of Baking. Got some insight and a little bit of nonsense as we just shoot the shit about the game and working on it. And yeah, you can pick it up on PS4 or PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, Steam, Nintendo Switch. So if you're and the iArcade build is live as well on itch.io if anyone wants.
All right.
But you have to be able to sideload that because the store is no longer up for iArcade.
That's such a shame.
RIP indeed.
That was fun too because I think you added some other stuff to that, Henry, just to completely derail the outro. But
I was just about to say goodbye.
But yeah.
Yeah, y'all just have to play it. You'll have to figure out how and then play it, and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions for us for future conversations we're going to have, feel free to throw them in the comments here, and we'll take a look, and maybe we'll answer them on a future video.
Yep. Otherwise, you can join the Discord. I think you were going to add a link, right?
Yeah, I'll post a Discord link in the description, and I'll repost it on Twitter since the old one will have expired.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone. Take care and talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay.